Hey, how you doing? I'm Mark. Hey, look, I'm growing stuff. You probably thought I wasn't because it's been so long, but no, I am actually growing stuff. So it has been quite some time since the last video that I made. So hopefully this video is going to catch up a little bit with what I've been doing the last couple of months. So I did get this raised hoop house done, fortunately. It has little tweaks that I'd like to get done as well, but it is working really well so far. I'm really enjoying it. The biggest thing I like about it is I don't have to bend over. And really, that's, that's a beautiful thing. The less bending over I have to do, the better. This year I did, I was a little late, but I did harden everything off in this hoop house. I got 2 different types of shade cloth that I put over the top of it. 70% and then 50%. I went about 4 or 5 days at 70% and 4 or 5 days with the 50%. I'd like to get 30% yet, just to give it that last little almost sunshine, not quite sunshine feel before I get stuff out into the actual garden structure. And as you can tell, I'm kind of sweating. So while stuff was in here hardening off, I took that time to get the actual garden, the plumbing and the structure ready to go. Got all the PVC fastened onto the benches, and got the 55-gallon barrels all full of water, and I had to get a new bladder for my water purifier, and so that's filling up my 55-gallon drums quite a bit faster with a new bladder. So good investment there, I suppose. So as you know, I've been trying to do the grafting thing, and I did a second round this spring of grafts, or at least starts for grafts. I actually grafted 15 plants with Maxifort rootstock and Brandywine tops. Only 8 of those 15 survived. And the ones that didn't were basically the ones that were too small, I believe. They just weren't quite mature enough to make the cut. I've got 7 out here, grafts, and I had a couple that were successful from my first try in the spring. And a couple of those went to a buddy of mine, and he's going to test them or see the difference between the Brandywine that he has, or the Brandywine's plural that he normally grows, and the grafted ones that I gave to him. So we'll see how that compares in soil, and also how that compares out here in the hydroponic. So now all the plants are in the structure, the peppers and the tomatoes, which means that I can now repurpose the hoop house. I've not got everything, well, I haven't got really anything set up yet. But I'm going to put my flood table that I normally would have inside. I'm going to put that flood table out here and make that into a Kratky bed for probably lettuce, I'm thinking. 9 heads of lettuce in here. I just have to find the stoppers that I bought for the flood table to keep all the water in. What are normally leach trays that you would put slabs of rock wool in, and then it would just drain. I'm using these as an ebb and flow table, basically, and I'll be putting, and here I'm going to put a bunch of basil. What I don't know, by the way, is if I should keep the shade cloth on here, the 50% shade cloth, for the duration for the lettuce, or if that's going to make it so I won't have enough sun for the basil. I'm not sure. We'll probably just play it by ear, see how it goes. Or if you have any suggestions or know whether I should do, comments down below. All right, let's take a quick loop-de-loop around the garden. This year I have got what should have been 24 San Marzanos in the first row. Is actually 23 San Marzano and 1 grafted Brandywine. I didn't want to waste the graft, So I sacrificed to San Marzano for the first row. But the San Marzanos are looking absolutely fantastic. Some really nice looking fruit already, and I think a whole lot of it. You can see how the couple of grafted San Marzanos fare compared to the rest of the row. They're a little small right now because they're probably a month behind of the other San Marzano plants. The second row, brandy wines, and then the last two on this side, a couple of last two buckets, the last four plants are Valencia. Those are the orange colored tomatoes that was my favorite a couple of years ago and really good last year too. On the other side of that, the last four are the Jaspers, and oh man, those things are crazy. They're over the top of the structure already, and it's the 29th of June. So what I'm going to do for July and August, I don't know, but I'm sure we can figure something out. The last row, again, my pepper row, I have got 20 Carmen plants, and those are those banana-looking peppers, about that big or so. Just fantastic, just delicious. Actually, I have 9 of those buckets. I should have had 10, but I didn't count right somehow. So I put a bucket of brandy wines in the last spot over there because I had them. So, you know, what the hell. We have got 4 buckets, 8 plants of Marconi Reds. Those are a sweet pepper, more of a bell pepper shaped sweet pepper. And I have 4 plants, 2 buckets of the Guajillo peppers. And those are a medium to mild banana pepper. So those would be cool. And real quick in the dirt, I've got my garlic, which are looking pretty good. My onion, which you can hardly see, but they're there, and they're looking okay. A couple of basil plants that I picked up at the farmer's market and just threw in there. And then in the very small one there, I've got some Kentucky Wonder pole beans. Whew! Holy cows! So, as they used to say in my business, after a 60-second news update, and now you're up to date. Not so much, not really, but you got a good idea where I am in the process. You know, I've got all my barrels set, and all my garden is good. Got a lot of flowers. I mean, I'm really happy with the way things are going. But you know, hang out. You know, subscribe if you haven't, because anything that I do make will be new. I won't rehash all the old stuff. So, enough of me babbling. See ya.